Welcome everyone to Italy, more specifically welcome to Bergamo. Now as you can see the weather from behind me, it's a little bit overcast for today's game against Atalanta. It is of course the Europa League Semi Final first leg. But before we get on with that, we did have a league game away at Gaziantep. So without further ado, let's hop into Football Manager 21 and catch up on that game. As we headed to Gaziantep between episodes, it was a little slow to get going. As you can see, 84 minutes in, Anel gets the opening goal. It was then doubled up. Gerkan making a lovely run at the defence, pulls it back for Shirok, plays a through ball to Aaron, who blasts it from range in the upper right-hand corner, 2-0. Unfortunately, though, we couldn't keep a clean sheet. Lovely free kick to the back post. Nodded past Zubzuk gives Gaziantep at least a goal from this game. But we did manage to hold on. We kept our victory in the end. As you can see, like I said, all the goals were late. 85th minute, 87th minute, and that 89th minute from Gaziantep. Most of the players had a solid game. As you can see, Zubzuk in goal got a 7. Our two centre-backs, Kuble and Gordinho, got a 7.1 and a 7.4. Central midfield, Shirok got a 7.1. Mailman was disappointing on the left-hand side though, 6.4. 6.6 for Volkan, again disappointing. And Musin could have done a little bit better, could have done a little worse with a 6.7 at right back. In terms of our attacking mid, well, Sinan, he got a solid 6.8. Anel had a fantastic time over on the right-hand side. He got 7.3 and a goal. He did shift up to the striker position later in the game. I'm not quite sure. About the 60th minute, I want to say. Youssef, very disappointing on left-hand side, only getting 6.4. And same with Mad, he only got a 6.4 up front. In terms of the substitutes, well, Lassen came on, got a 6.7. Musin was getting a little tired. I think he's on a yellow card. Yes, he was, in fact, on a yellow card. Blackett picked up a yellow card. Blackett came on for Mailman, who, of course, was only having a 6.4. And he didn't really do a whole lot himself. He got a 6.6 in this game. We then had Demir. He came on and got a 6.9. I believe I brought him on for Sinan. That's when Anel moved up, because we didn't have anyone to really go into this particular spot other than Thiago. But due to the foreign player rules, we basically already had our 6 foreign players on, so we couldn't bring on our Brazilian youngster. Carranza, he came on, got 7.3 up front, had a solid performance up there, and in the end was one of the reasons why we won. So, in terms of the match stats, well, we had 15 shots to their 11, 7 on target to their 5, 1.68 XG to 1.06. Nearly said 0. 9 corners to 8, 13 fouls to 5, 2 yellow cards, 0 yellow cards, 85% passing to 79. Little on the low side, but we will take it. 60% possession to 40. But that was our one and only game to catch up on. It is time, of course, to crack on with our Europa League Semi Final here in Italy against Atalanta. So, without further ado, let's hop on over to the tactical meeting screen and talk to Mr. Jason Dodds. Okay everyone, and welcome to Jason Dodds Land. We are of course here in the tactical meeting screen, where disappointingly Atalanta couldn't even sell out their stadium. Yes, they only have a 22,500 capacity, yet they only sold 21,681 out of their 22,512 seats. Yeah. This is Europa League Semi-Finals, Atalanta fans. I would have thought you would have at least bothered to turn up for your home fixture. 14 degrees Celsius though, and calm weather, so nice weather for football here today. I did drop it to balance, but Mr. Jason Dodds is suggesting we go one step further and go cautious. So you know what, they're an unknown prospect, we're in the semi-finals. Let's do it. We'll play things safe. Hopefully we can manage to just nab an away goal, and hopefully that will help us going through. Opposition instructions, as you can see, there is quite a few of them. Not going to go through them as per usual. Feel free, of course, to pause if you are interested in looking at them specifically. But we are here for the team selection, and well, there isn't a whole lot of surprises. Kuble is missing through suspension, as you can see over on the right hand side, but besides him, it's pretty much the usual suspects. So first of all, we have Zubzuk in goal, the backline of Blackett, Gordinho, Miranda and Lassen. In central midfield, we have Mehmet and Emrehan. Attacking midfield on left-hand side, we have Aaron, Gekan on the right-hand side, and Thiago in the middle, sitting behind Carranza. A bench of Atberk, Musin, Ahmet, Shurok, Milinkovic, Anal, and Mad make up the rest of the team. So, without further ado, let's head on through to the next screen, have a little look at how those tactics go down. They've gone down quite well. Carranza is doing usual Carranza things. 6 players are having their weird, we don't recognise the formation you always use, and these 3 are happy to be back after one single game out of the team and being rested. So yeah, a little bit weird, and I also apologise if you could hear the bottles in the background. That's my next door neighbour emptying their bin. Anyway, that is enough randomness. We are here for their team sheet, and there isn't anyone who really stands out to me. Christian Kouame, maybe, in that team, but no one really scary in that squad. Just people who might be able to do something. Now, the media has given you a lot of credit lately. Put on a wavy display, lads. Don't fold at this stage of the competition. Now, Engin Tasdelen of the Turkish Football Review. How big of an absence will Kubilay Aktas be due to suspension in this huge match? Well, it's a big match, you're right, and I want the players who are available to play to step up to the plate. Exactly. And this one is more accurate, but not what you tell the media. What do you see being the deciding factor between 2 teams who have a very similar tactical approach? I'm expecting a fascinating contest and we'll have to be at our best. Not even going to have to read the rest of it. Now, they are on some good form. They are playing a 5-2-1-2, a loss, a win, a draw, and a win. They are on some fantastic form, but we are in good form as well. A loss, a draw, and 3 wins on the bounce. Let's try and make it 4. I'll settle, of course, for a draw in this game. Heck, 2-1 would even be nice, because an away goal would be rather useful going home. If we can get an away goal, 2-1 loss here, go home, win a nice soft little 1-0 victory, cruise through to the next round, you know, get to the final, and then probably get destroyed by Arsenal again. So, speaking of Arsenal, they've just gone and got a goal 18 minutes into their game away at Colne. As for us, well, we are half an hour in and we've got absolutely nothing going. 6 shots on target to 2, 3 to 1. I guess our formation is kind of working. We are playing cautious mentality, so we're going to encourage the lads, give them a bit of encouragement, pat on the back. You're doing great. Look, everyone's happy and smiley. That is lovely to see. Hopefully we don't concede anything. Yeah, man mark him. Why not? I shall trust in Mr. Jason Dodd's call. Now, if anything goes wrong, I will blame Jason Dodds for telling us to man mark Del Prato. But that was a boring first half, wasn't it, everyone? So they've had 9 shots to our 4, 4 on target to our 1, 0.92 XG to a 0.35, 2 corners to 2 corners, 6 fouls to our 9, 0 yellow cards, 89% passing to our 86, 43% possession to 57. So we have most of the possession, hence why it was so boring. Because we didn't do anything when we had the ball, but we had the ball quite a lot. We basically San Marino them, bent the clock down, and now we are at half time. We only have to play half a game. So, the media have given you a lot of credit lately. Go out there, wave your display. Come on, lads. We are, of course, prepping for that 60th minute where we'll do our usual substitution time. Erin is looking a little bit on the sleepy side, so we are, of course, going to deal with that. We're going to give a bit more encouragement. The lads are doing great, but we want to keep them all happy, smiley. And we are now in substitution time. So, who is struggling? Well, Blackett is on a 6.4, which isn't the greatest, but I think he'll be okay. Miranda, I'm going to trust you on a yellow card. Probably not the brightest of ideas. That is going to be my famous last words, isn't it? Miranda, I trust you on a yellow card. Get sent off, and then, yeah. But Carranza, he's got 6.5. Carranza, I'm sorry. In fact, Anal can come on. I trust Anal more than Mad probably in this situation. So we'll bring on Anal. We'll try and get that penetration going. Milinkovic will come on for Erin. Thiago's also having a rough game, I guess. We could swap Mehmet up there, bring on Shirok. Yeah, because if he gets sent off, we'll drop Shirok back. Mehmet can drop back. And all is well in the world. So, nice little triple substitution with prepped in a way where if we do lose Miranda, we aren't going to be completely screwed over. Of course, it would be a bad situation to go down to 10 men, but we would also not be completely screwed because we have a guy who can drop it into centre-back. But speaking of which, we finally have a highlight. It's cleared away. Del Pratro will get it back. Valenti now getting over to Pasalic. Pasalic plays it back to Valenti. Valenti plays it all the way back to the goalkeeper. Cragno playing it short back to Valenti. Valenti gets it back into the centre now. Back to Valenti once more. They are just passing it around. Muriel gets it back to Valenti. Yes, I've said Valenti about 5 times now already. Morelli now with Passina. Passina tries to penetrate the defence. Lovely through ball to Lily. And 73rd minute goal. They eventually penetrate our defence. So, well, cautious did work for a solid 73 minutes. Unfortunately, though, we do need to encourage the lads, push on forward and try and get something back. As you can see, Tyler Blackett, 6.3. Very disappointing from Tyler Blackett in today's game. Media's probably going to get on our back for that one, I will say, but there's other players who we did need to take off because we did need to try and get something going at the other end. Zorti, though, one-on-one with Zubzuk. It will be collected, and now we try to build. Arsenal 2-0. So, Arsenal fans, you are having a lovely time away in Cologne. We, though, did not. This was very dull. Very dull indeed. They got 1 goal in the 74th minute. We got one highlight. Was that literally the only highlight? It felt like the only highlight we got all game. And yeah, the team was rather dismal. Zubzuk, 6.8. Can't really complain too much with that, but Blackett, 6.3. Godinho, 6.4. Both got to do better. 6.8 out Miranda's decent, but a yellow card not going to help with things going forward. Lassen got a 7 rating. He did solid. Shirokand, Emirhan, again, need more from you. 6.9, 6.7 we can't complain with, but it's not going to help us as well. Milinkovic, disappointing on 6.4. Gerkan disappointing on 6.6. Anal disappointing on 6.6. Tiago on 6.6, also disappointing. And Carranza, 6.5, my friend. You need to do better. Mehmet, though, solid, 6.8. Again, didn't stand out, though. And same with Aaron Gullier with a 6.7. Those are the sort of players we do need to step up if we're going to get past Atalanta. Now, it was only a 1-0 defeat. It's away from home, so we do have a good opportunity when we go back home, providing we don't concede an away goal, because then we'll need 2. But we'll need 3, because if they get an away goal, we'll need 3, because they'll go for an away goal if we get 2 and they get 2. You know the drill. Anyways, we could end up with a reverse severe effect. We could end up with that happening back to us, which would be rather fitting, I think. But in terms of today's match statistics, they had 15 shots, we had 6. We had 3 on target, 2 their 8, 0.48 XG to a 1.7, 4 corners to their 3, 19 fouls to their 13, 1 yellow card, 2 yellow cards, 88% passing to 91, 55% possession to 45. Now, let's head on into the dressing room. You're underdogs. You gave a good effort, lads. That still has me a bit disappointed, but I'm not going to rip into you. Alessandro Lupi of the Italian Football Chronicle. You were expected to be on the wrong side of a hiding today, but kept the defeat to just a single goal. Can you take heart from that performance? We worked extremely hard as a team, and if we continue to do that, then the results will follow. Exactly. The fans clearly felt that you should take Blackett off today. Why did you leave him out there? Well, we wanted other players. I didn't have a realistic alternative on the bench. I don't feel... No. He contributed effective... Again, none of these... It's none of their business. None of these are good answers. I'm sorry. I didn't have a realistic alternative on the bench, and their reaction was a little over the top for my liking. Yeah. Let's just lie. Quite frankly, we'll lie. He did other things, like distract them, I guess. I don't know. Was he juggling over on the left-hand side? Not quite sure what he was doing other than just letting them run past him. But that was, of course, today's game. We do, of course, have the second leg in the next episode, but before that, I do, of course, have to play Antalyaspor. So, I thank you all for joining us. I apologise for what was a rather dull episode here today, but hopefully the next one will be a little more entertaining. I thank you all for joining us. I hope you all have a lovely night, and goodbye.